Hello, welcome to the Magic Kings podcast featuring the great big beautiful dads. I'm Steve with JustAddMagicTravel. Mike, the other great big beautiful dad, is not here. He has 4 kids, so he doesn't have time to do a podcast like I do. So I brought in another great big beautiful dad. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm also Steve. It might get a little confusing here, but I'm a Disney adult, as you might imagine.
Wow, your name is also Steve.
Also Steve.
I didn't realize. No, I guess I did know that. And how are we connected?
We went to the same high school.
That's right. I think I discovered that you were obsessed with Disney randomly because I don't know. I think I maybe just saw on like social media you were like liking stuff, and I was like, Steve is like a Disney guy. And I saw you. I was like, are you a Disney guy? You're like, yeah. And I think you're. I wanted to have you on because I think you're more of a Disney guy even than me, maybe.
It might be, yeah. It's like my main hobby right now. I'd say, yeah.
So, a couple of things about your like at your house, you have a Mickey scanner that you see at the parks where you scan your Magic Band. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. The Magic Band reader. Yeah.
Thank you, Magic Band reader. Thank you. Yeah, and it works. Like I've brought a Magic Band to your house, and I've excitedly put it up to the thing, and it really works. It's amazing.
Yep. And my wife will bring it into her classroom. They have a Disney Day every year.
Oh, wow.
And you can buy like 20, 40 packs, whatever. Like they're not actual Magic Bands, but they have the same technology in them. So the kids can make paper Magic Bands and go up and use it and scan it.
Whoa. I got to get some of that. That's pretty sweet. Can I be in her class? What does she teach?
Second grade.
Okay, all right. And then talk about the wait time thing you have in your house.
Yeah, from the same company. They I assume it's just one guy or small team, whatever. They 3D print these things. So mine is a Magic Kingdom wait time. It has an auto scroll, so it'll just cycle through each ride, showing the current wait time in the park. It also has a vacation countdown, so you have an account you can put in. So it can list how many days until your next vacation.
Wow. Do you sit there and look at it? Is it like it's by your like kitchen table? Not that you sit there and look at it, but like you glance over, you're like, oh, Haunted Mansion.
Well, it's on the server.
Bad.
So if like when I'm feeding my son, in the high chair, it's right behind him. So it's a little fun thing.
And how old is your son? Like a teenager?
2.5.
Oh, 2.5. Okay. All right. Wow, that's pretty sweet. So I guess my first question is, what's wrong with you? No, I'm kidding. I'm very jealous of all this stuff. I wish I could have all this stuff in my house. Talk a little more about how like Disney's your main hobby. Like, what does that entail?
I liked it as a kid. As it starts with most people, I imagine. I went when I was 3, and then a couple times, I think in 7th and 8th grade. And then I didn't go back until 2015, January 2015. My buddy convinced me to run the marathon with him,
wow.
The Disney Marathon. So I went back there, and it kind of rekindled it. I was like, oh, this is great. Got into it, but then it kind of faded a little bit again. And then 2020, we went again. We went this the same weekend, in January 2020. Then I really loved it, and then COVID happened, so we were all locked in. So I found the YouTube channels, and then really just haven't stopped since then.
Wow. So, and what's the YouTube channels that you look? I see like Disney food blog or like the All Ears people, and I know some of them. But what are ones you recommend?
My favorite's probably Paging Mr. Morrow.
Oh, I know that guy.
Big fan.
Yeah, he's good.
Which actually, so we're going. Our next trip is in August, and we're going August 2nd to August 12th, I believe. It's my longest trip. We're hoping it's going to be the first weekend for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So we're going to try and go to that. And I was thinking, maybe we'll see Mr. Morrow, because it's the first night. It's when the influencers go out. And then I checked his Facebook after I thought that, and he's actually in Boston that weekend. Yeah. So terrible timing on my part.
God. That's funny.
I like Mammoth Club with Molly
oh,
and
yep.
Alan.
Yep.
they're good. And then DFB, All Airs. Those are really Promise Hope. Those are probably like the five.
This is great. And so we have on this podcast something called the lightning lane round of questions. And anytime we have a guest, we cycle through these. So we have already a sense of your disease of loving Disney so much that I also share. But we want to, we may have answered this question. The first question is, how many times have you been to Walt Disney World?
It's been, as a 3 as a kid, 7 times.
7. Nice. Solid number. So you got the My Disney Experience app. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, the question is, do you have to pull out your phone to see this or not? Who is your character on that app?
Ooh, I don't know. We have characters.
I can't believe you don't know this.
Oh, I'm looking for my phone.
This is unbelievable.
So what is it? You go to the menu and then...
Yeah, I think you open it.
Who would have thought? Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. I've heard. So you didn't go in and choose somebody else.
I guess not.
That's pretty much the fault.
Oh, man. Right. What a fraud that this guest is. Does this guy even know Disney?
Mickey Mouse. Oh, yeah. You like Disney? Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good. All right. Well, good. Good answer. What's your favorite park?
Probably Hollywood Studios.
Wow.
I would say.
Solid pick. They're all solid picks.
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. All right. You have to pick one. What's your favorite ride?
Tower of Terror. I would say 1A, 1B is Tower of Terror and Everest. Big fan of the both.
Oh, okay. Both solid top level rides for sure. Those are great picks. What's your favorite show?
I'm not a huge show guy.
Wow.
Carousel of Progress, would that count as a show?
No, I'll take it. Even though you do ride on it, right?
You do ride. You spent.
I'll call it a show.
I mean, I liked Muppet Vision 3D. I know it's going away.
R.I.P. Yeah, that's a great show. Yeah, all right, I'll take that. Favorite resort on Disney property? Are you a stay on property guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you gotta stay on property. Yeah.
Did you even go if you're not staying on property? I mean,
no. Come on. Yeah, I know.
Having said that, I've only stayed at a handful of resorts. I stayed at All Star Sports, Caribbean Beach, and Port Orleans Riverside.
Wow. Okay.
Of those, I would say Caribbean Beach is my favorite. I know people aren't the biggest fans of it because it's spread out. But just having the skyline, you're the hub of the skyline. It's huge. Huge perk.
Let me tell you something. The hardcore fans will know that's also Mike's favorite resort. So you're not alone. It's a sleeper hit. All right. Favorite restaurant?
Ooh,
tough one.
Yeah. Sit down tables. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anything, you know.
I like Skipper Canteen.
Okay.
That might be my favorite. I like Woody's Lunchbox. And Woody's Lunchbox, shouldn't it be Andy's Lunchbox?
You know, that's a great point. Woody's not eating lunch.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're going to write a letter about that one. All right. We got a few more here. Favorite snack?
This is maybe a little bigger than a snack, but the Ronto wrap.
Oh,
Big fan of Ronto wrap. It's
nice.
I've never had a Mickey pretzel. That's on the list. I gotta try that.
That's why I live on down there. I slam those down pretty. You know, I'm like a monster where I just want to keep going, and so I will take like a Mickey ice cream bar. That's pretty much all I eat down there. But yeah, those are from what's that place in Galaxy's Edge?
Ronto Roasters. You can get it at Docking Bay 7 as well.
Oh, you can. Oh, okay. There you go.
After 3, I think it is, because Ronto Roasters closes early. I think is what it is.
Oh, okay. That's a hot tip right there. See? All right, we got 2 more here. What do you think is an underrated attraction or experience anywhere at Disney World?
Underrated. Well, I don't know if it's underrated, just because I feel like a lot of people might have it on their underrated list, but it's not the most popular. The People Mover. Big fan of People Mover.
That's a very like Disney adult type answer, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
Like Disney content people. I love the People Mover. It's great. Yeah. But I think, among a certain set, it's like their favorite ride, right? But like among the general population, they're like, they don't even know it's there. So
yeah. What you just kind of just takes you around the part that the ride is just moving around.
Yeah, who
Okay.
cares? Yeah,
You don't get
exactly.
it. You don't get it.
You got to
deserve
soak
the
it in.
people mover.
That's right. Yeah, I'll take that one. And then the last question is either a magical moment or a pixie dust moment that you can relate to us from your trips to Disney. Anything coming to mind? Can be magical. Can be
never been pixie dusted.
Oh,
Have you?
Thrill. A couple of like small ways. I talked on our previous episode about how we got like a free ice cream out of nowhere. It was great, but
last trip, Hunter, we waited in line to meet Safari Mickey one time, and he wasn't into it. Like, he did not like seeing the characters. Yeah, he was 1.5 of the time, whatever. But then our last day, we had lunch with our friends at Crystal Palace, and he loved seeing Pooh and Tigger and that. So seeing him light up, maybe that would be my this is fun.
Yeah, magical. Yeah. I first went when I was 7, which is still young, obviously, but I never was that into the characters. And now seeing my daughter, now I get it, seeing it from her perspective. Those are always magical. Pooh and Tigger are great ones too. They always bring the heat. Well, that's our lightning lane round. Thanks for participating in that. Appreciate it. So now we know all about you and who you are. And the topic for this episode, Steve, is hiccups at Disney World. Things can happen on your trip that can derail, that are not what you planned, and it can be a challenge. And what we want to do is try to give some scenarios to each other. I think we both came up with a few hiccup scenarios, and we didn't tell each other what they were. And we're going to say, we're going to give you the other person the scenario, and then they're going to tell us how they would react, how they'd fix it. We just want to help people, because, you can come to me and I'll help you plan the perfect trip, but something's going to happen, that isn't what you planned, and you gotta roll with it. We're going to go through some ways to roll with it. Does that sound good?
Let's do it.
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Let the host go first there. Lead the way.
Yeah. All right. I'll start you with softball here. So you're at Epcot, okay? It's rope drop time. Early entry, okay? You're staying at Wilderness Lodge. Not bad. You have a Lightning Lane single pass for Cosmic Rewind, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, later in the day. And you have your multi-passes lined up. You got Frozen Ever After, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and Mission Space. They're, later in, coming up. You come in through the front, and your plan is to bust back to Remy's and rope drop that, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay,
that's my plan. Probably would stay at Disney Resort if that was the plan. Oof. Who planned this trip?
Not me, I'll tell you that. So you're busting through. You get to rope drop, and a cast member is telling people Remy's is down. They don't know when it's going to be back up. Okay, what's your next move?
Oh, easy. Well, I wouldn't have gone to Remy's in the first place, but if I had, I would think I would try and go for Soarin' there, right? Because the other ones were Frozen and Nemo and Mission Space, right?
That's right.
I think Soarin' would have been my go-to rope drop anyways, just because the guests at the International Gateway, it's gonna be a 40-minute wait by the time you even make it to Remy's.
Totally. Yes.
So yeah, I think I'll go Soarin' there.
See, this is why I want to do. You're an expert. You saw through that. I wouldn't even do this. This makes no sense. The only way you would rope drop Remy's is if you're staying either at an Epcot resort or on the Skyline or Riviera, and Caribbean Beach.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
That's
Easy.
101 stuff.
All right, that was my first scenario. You want to go? You got a good one here?
Sure, yeah, I got a few here.
Let me get my thinking cap on.
This one actually happened to us on our last trip. So, say you're at Caribbean Beach, is where we were. You're waiting for the bus, going to Magic Kingdom. It's taking a while, hasn't come by in a while, and doesn't say when the next bus is going to be coming by. Now, you had planned on going to Magic. What do you do?
So, it's the morning?
It's morning, yep.
Do you have lightning lanes?
You do, and that I did, but it wasn't the first lightning lane wasn't for like an hour and change until after that. From where
Hour
you
and
were.
change. Whew. Do you have a park hopper?
You do.
Okay. Because what I'm tempted, hour and change is tight. What I was tempted to say is get on the Skyliner, go to Epcot, work your way up, and then take the monorail to Magic Kingdom. But an hour to do that, especially with a little one, is tough. But I think that I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to say work your way through. If you're not in a huge rush, if you're not rope dropping something at Magic Kingdom, take it as a little Epcot bonus. Grab a crepe or something, and work your way through the countries. The problem is you got to go all the way across Epcot, but it's the morning, it's cool, Yeah, that's what I'll say. Is that a good answer?
That worked. Yeah, we probably would have either have just gone to Hollywood or Epcot, but we had plans with our friends that was one of only 2 times we were seeing our friends that trip. So like we had to go to Magic.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is just taking the Skyliner to Epcot, walked through Epcot, and took the monorail. Now
you did what I said?
Did that, yeah, but we didn't stop in Epcot. We just went right through. It was a little hectic, but
yeah,
it's people don't realize or they don't give enough credit. Maybe it is underrated how convenient staying at a resort is to use the bus to get to Magic that drops you off right there.
Oh,
like it's
yes,
a huge perk
for those. So I stayed, and I did not want to do this. It was circumstances beyond my control. We just happened to be down there for like a wedding, staying at a condo. We were off-site, okay, and we were going to we were going to Disney around the wedding, and I didn't even know that you didn't park at Magic. I'd never driven to the parks before because I never stayed off-site, and I'm like, what? I was like, it was like 40 minutes from like the parking lot to. I'm like, geez, Louise. So that is such a huge perk of staying on. Yeah. No, but that's good. That was a good one. All right, you want me to go next?
Yeah.
All right. Put your thinking cap on here. You're there with your spouse and 2 kids. You have another kid in this one. And kids are both excited to ride Tower of Terror. All right? Your favorite ride, apparently. They rode it last time you went, and they liked it. So you head there in the morning. The line is lower. You wait about 25 minutes. When you get to the front, the younger child, for some reason, they get spooked and they don't want to ride. Okay? And oh, by the way, and in my scenario, Tower of Terror is your spouse's favorite ride. Just a coincidence. I wrote this before. It's a coincidence. It's your favorite. But anyway, it's your spouse's favorite ride. What's your next move?
So one wants to go on and one doesn't.
That's right.
So I guess you'd have my wife go with the one kid who does, and then you bow out, unfortunately.
Wow. That's it. So you take one for the team.
I feel like you're too far down to get a rider swap. You're probably too far down, right?
I don't know. So what I was thinking with this is exactly what you're thinking is like, do you ask about the rider swap? So what is the rider swap? Like, how does that work?
Rider swap is when you go to a line, you get into a queue for a ride, and you ask a cast member, "Hey, I'm not going on this ride. I'm hanging back. My partner here, whoever you're with, is going in the line. I would be getting in line with them right now, but I can't because my kid's too scared or too short or whatever the case may be." So then they will grant you a lightning lane to use later when the other person gets off the ride, and then you can swap the kid.
Yeah, I mean, what we're struggling with is, you're supposed to do it before you wait in line. Now, in this case, you already did actually wait the amount of time you would have waited. So if you explain it to a cast member, I think it's worth asking. Do you think so?
I think they'll help you out. They're pretty accommodating, especially in Tower of Terror. They have the second scan in for the lightning lane close to the pre-show, so there's someone there you'd be able to ask. Right. I think they'd hook you up.
Yeah, it seems like a layup for them. Like, oh, we can make this happen for you. All right, you got another good one here?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you want an ice cream or Dole Whip or something for fireworks and Magic,
Oh yeah.
and you just got off Pirates, and it's pretty, but fireworks starting, 15, 20 minutes, whatever the case may be. You just get off Pirates, but Aloha Isle is closed. The Dole Whip machine isn't working right now, right? And because of that, Sunshine Tree Terrace has a very long line, right? So those would be your two options you'd think for right there. But you really want to have ice cream or Dole Whip during the fireworks. What would you do?
If you're getting off of Pirates 15 minutes before the fireworks are starting, you clearly don't care about getting like a primo spot, for the fireworks. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a spot where you can still see the fireworks and stuff. You won't be able to see the projections, but you're gonna go around the back of the castle over to Storybook Treats, and you are gonna get yourself a Rapunzel sundae or an Aurora cone. And this spot is right near the castle, but it's like behind, so it shouldn't be that crazy. It should be pretty cleared out. Not cleared out, I shouldn't say that, but it won't be packed like the front of the castle will be. So
I may have thought of this because my buddy Ed, he said that he enjoys watching it behind the castle because it's spread out and you're not fighting people and you don't get the projections, but you're right under the fireworks.
Yes. So, and I will say, I now twice have had a reservation at Crystal Palace, and as it was ending, the fireworks are starting. And again, you can't see the projections, but the castle's right there. You see all the fireworks, the music's super, and it is a good vibe over there. But it's like you're kind of, since you're in the restaurant and they have a nice porch there, you can see it. So that's like a good spot. If you care about the projections and that's like a deal breaker for you, then fine. But yeah. So you're gonna bang it over to Storybook Treats. And you're gonna get your Dole Whip fix. May not be pineapple, but that's all right.
Hey, Dole was Dole. Dole. And they also have ice cream. If you don't want the no, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what I would do. Does that meet with your approval?
That was my exact thought going to Storybook Treats.
All right. This scenario starts. You're staying at the Polynesian. Not bad. So you monorail it over to Epcot. And you worked your way to the back of the park. Okay, you're in France. It's 5 p.m. All right. Your plan is to Skyliner hop over to Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic, which is at 8:30. And this is your last chance on your trip to see Fantasmic. You're not going to have another chance. Guess what? Thunder and lightning are starting. Skyliner's down. Okay, not running. You look on your phone, you're like, is this a passing shower? It's unclear. Rain expected and thunderstorms intermittently over the next couple of hours. What's your next move? Tough one.
That is tough. It's, what is it? Lightning is the only time that the Skyliner shuts down?
Yeah, I think maybe even if it's like high wind.
High wind would probably do it too, yeah.
But yeah.
So my first thought would be, you have two options to get there. It's either walking on that walking path, or taking the boat. And I'm wondering how bad the storm is. Is the boat not running either? I'm not sure what the rules are for those. But that would be my answer, because I don't know, they don't run buses between Epcot and Hollywood, right? I don't think they would. You could leave the park in Uber. I guess it might make sense to walk out and go to Beach Club and then Uber from there.
Yeah.
Or you're saying it's intermittent, so you don't know. So you might just want to chance walking it.
Yeah.
Take like a 20-minute walk, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. You're in a tough spot. I don't think there's a one right answer to this. I think you pretty much hit all of your options there. Another option would just be forget about Fantasmic, but you can't do that. I mean,
I've never seen Fantasmic.
Oh, wow. Well, so now you really got to go. All right. That was my scenario. You got another good one?
I do. So you're about to see Indiana Jones, but again, it starts raining.
Oh.
Right?
All right.
So you can't go there, and Mickey and Minnie's has a very long wait.
So you're over by Indiana Jones. Mickey and Minnie's, we're not doing that. Where's Walt Disney Presents? You duck into Walt Disney Presents? I mean, because the thing about rain, there are times where it does rain all day. I've had that happen to me, but it's very rare. It will rain hard for like, an hour at most usually, and then it's done. So I feel like you duck into Walt Disney Presents, you take that in, you look around the museum stuff, you see the little show, and then you see where you're at. Maybe things have cleared up, you can go catch Indiana Jones, the next time, and kind of reevaluate. I don't know. What do you think about that?
No, it's great. I didn't even think of Walt Disney Presents. That's great. Maybe that should have been my underrated answer. That's an excellent
it's great.
exhibit there.
Oh yeah, I love that thing. Yeah, Walt. Shout out to him. What a guy.
Shout out Walt.
Shout out Walt. Gone but not forgotten. All right, I got a couple more here. You want to do? This is a tough. So you want me to give you a real tough one? You can handle it. This actually this happened to my sister, and there's a key to this one. I can tell you what I did unless you get it. I kind of am feeling you're going to get it. So you're actually going on a Disney cruise. Have you ever been on a Disney cruise?
Yeah, one time. Yep.
Oh yeah, nice. Me too. It was great. So you're boarding the Disney Wish out of Port Canaveral, which is the port near Orlando, and you're squeezing in 2 days at the parks before you board. Okay, including your arrival day. So you're flying in at like 11 o'clock, you're landing, you're hitting a park for, the afternoon, you're hitting Epcot. You're going to have dinner in Epcot, okay? And then the next day, you're hitting Hollywood Studios.
So Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So like a half day in Epcot and then full in Hollywood.
Exactly. All right. The day before, your airline changes your flight. You're not arriving at 11 a.m. You're landing at 5:30 p.m. And you don't. There's no other option. You're taking that flight. That's the flight you just have to take. All right. What's your next move?
I guess it would. I don't know. I think you would just stay at Epcot, right? You would just try and prioritize what you were hoping to do. Oh, I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah.
What did you sister do?
So. And I think she may have even been landing later than whatever I said. I think I said 5:30. It might have been more like 6:30. So the key to this one is that you got to check the park hours. And
yeah.
Now, do you know what to do, or do you want me to keep going?
I mean, what you would do? Just check for the park with the latest hours and go to that park.
Exactly. Yeah. So Magic Kingdom usually is open the latest. Sometimes it's open even until on just a normal opening. Until 11 o'clock. Often it is, especially in higher seasons. And that indeed was the case that day when she came in. And so I said, just bag Epcot. I know it stinks, but bag Epcot, bust on over to Magic Kingdom. And they had, by the time they got there, and they even got a little bit delayed there, but they probably rolled up to Magic Kingdom at like 8 o'clock. They had a ball. They were there for like 2-3 hours. They had a great time. So not ideal, but that's what they did. Yeah.
I failed you. You got me on that one.
Hey, you'll never get me. You got another good one?
Yeah, if we can bring it back to Magic.
Please.
You're having lunch at Tony's Town Square, which I never have, but I think we're going to try this trip. Lunch is running late, and in about 30 minutes, you have a lightning lane for Big Thunder Mountain. So,
you got to hoof it.
As far as you can.
Right.
Do you? I mean, I guess. What do you do? Like it's running along. Like you don't have the check yet, but you got 30 minutes. Do you? What? How do you handle it?
So, my first move is just see if I can modify the lightning lane for Thunder Mountain to be a little bit later. Probably not, but that's plan A. Say, can we get this in another hour or whatever? Let's assume that doesn't work. What I would then do is just try to chase down my my server and say, listen, we got this lightning lane. Can we wrap this up? I think they'll be pretty accommodating and we can huff it over there. If we're in the middle of eating and even that's not going to work, my last ditch effort will be take a screenshot of the lightning lane. Okay. Realize I'm going to be at least a little bit late to Thunder Mountain. And when I get to Thunder Mountain and say, listen, we got held up at Tony's. I did have a Lightning Lane. I know it expired. Is there any way we can still get onto the cast member? And if they say no, they say no. I'm gonna ask nicely, but I think there's not a terrible chance that if I show them the screenshot, tell them the situation, they might have mercy on me and let me go on. What do you think?
No, that's great. I didn't even think about trying to modify just because I think with it being 30 minutes till it's fat chance.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's a Hail Mary. Yeah.
But yeah, if be nice to cast members, be nice to them, and they'll usually try and help you out.
That's right.
I think that's a good call.
They'll always, I find they'll always try, or they'll always listen. And if they gotta say no, they gotta say no. But it's not because they're not trying to help you. They're always gonna try. Yeah. Well, that was our Disney World hiccups. We hit on a lot there: transportation issues, rain, Lightning Lane. Timing with dining and stuff like that. Dole Whip issues. Thank God we know all the places where you can get Dole Whip, like the back of our hands there. I think we did it. So how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like I learned even the experts can learn something.
Even you. Yeah, that's right. Even the experts. Yeah, I think we didn't hit Animal Kingdom on this one. Nothing bad happens in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a half day, so even if you hiccup, right. You still have the second half of the day to correct it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's all we got. So, Steve, will you come back and be a guest again?
Oh, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Any parting thoughts before I take us out?
No, just know that you're not the weird one for liking Disney. Everyone else is weird that doesn't like it.
It's not. That's right. No, it's the best place that there is. I mean, I haven't been to a better place. Have you? I mean, come on. Well, Steve, thanks again, and we'll do this again soon. And well, if you or anybody want to plan a wonderful Walt Disney World vacation, just contact me, Steve at JustAddMagicTravel.com, and we'll make it happen. So, Steve, you want to take us out? Say shout out to Disney World?
Disney, thank you for giving me so much. I've given you tens of thousands over the years, but would you have given me so much more in experiences?
That's amazing. Wow, I'm inspired. Let's go. Me and you. Huh? Come on, link arms. Let's go.
Little dad trip. I'm in.
Little dad trip. We'll take Michael along. We'll be the three caballeros,
Sounds good.
All right. Shout out to Disney World.